Hello everybody, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn 101, currently in Beta Phase 3. Servers just opened, and I managed to get on my warrior. Now, I realize that I only have 5 of the 7 jobs, but I do have people who are working to get me the content I need in order to show you guys the other 2 jobs. So first, we're going to start with warrior. There's 5 abilities, and they're quite different from how they were in 1.0, but this is going to be a pretty quick video since there's only 5 abilities. Before I go any further, let me just say this video is in no way a breach of the current non-disclosure agreement currently on Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. They are not allowing us to use audio or video. Therefore, I will be using a screenshot to show you what I mean when I explain these abilities. So let's get right into it. I'm going to change my screen region real quick. Okay, there we go. Alright, as you can see here, I have the action and traits window open. Now, if you've seen my Marauder video, you know how this works. It's actions and traits, which are your abilities and your passives. But now that I have the Warrior Soul Crystal equipped, you're going to see that I have 5 new abilities here. Defiance, Beast, Unchained, Steel, Cyclone, and Infuriate. By the way, if you're curious as to how the job crystal works, I have a separate video. Click the link right above. It'll explain to you how the equipment slots work and how you equip a job. Sorry for that right there. So let's get right into it, make this a really quick video. So first we have the ability Defiance. Now this is the cookie cutter ability that defines the rest of what Warrior is capable of doing. Defiance increases your max HP by 25%. So it's essentially a giant health steroid. However, it reduces the damage you deal by 35%. And it increases the enmity that you gain. It's one of those abilities that you toggle, so you can turn it on and off, but it's pretty much recommended that you have it on at all times as a warrior. Now, under this effect, warriors gain what are called wrath stacks, which stack up to 5. Each stack increases your crit chance by 2%. When you're at 5 stacks, your warrior becomes infuriated, which allows them exclusive use to an ability that will essentially consume all of the wrath stacks and remove the infuriated stance. If you ever remove Defiance, your wrath stacks are also lost as well. I know it's a lot to take in, but let's just make this a really quick video. Next we have Beast. This is an ability that does a potency of 260, which is significantly higher than most of the abilities that we ever spoke about for Marauder. Now, what's interesting about this ability is that it ignores the Defiance damage penalty. Now, I notice this trend a lot with the warrior abilities. Most of them do ignore Defiance, so it's a very good off tank, and there's a lot of damage still. But let's keep going into it. However, you must be infuriated to use it, which means you must stack Wrath to 5. Wrath stacks are gained when you use your other abilities, your Marauder abilities, in case you're wondering. So you'll basically gain it whenever you're actually using your regular abilities. It's just part of the warrior kit. So don't worry, Wrath is something that will naturally come to you. There's no special way to gain it. Just use your regular abilities and it will build. Also, this has an additional effect. It absorbs HP on hit. We don't know how much HP, but we can assume that it's a decent chunk. So it's got a similar effect to Bloodbath, except this thing does a giant chunk of damage. I'm sure you can combine Bloodbath with this to get a huge chunk of your HP back. So it's a really good ability. The next ability is Unchained, which nullifies the damage penalty on Defiance. Now, I know I just said that all the warrior abilities don't really suffer from the damage loss on Defiance. However, all of your Marauder abilities will be dealing less damage. When you use Unchained, though, they can do their normal damage. You can output a lot more damage as a warrior. Now, this does also take the 5 Wrath stacks, or take away your Infuriated status. So you have to make sure that you're in Defiance when you use it, and that you have your 5 stacks of Wrath so that you are Infuriated. And also, if you end Defiance while Unchained is active, it lasts about 20 seconds, then it will end automatically. Next, you have Steel Cyclone. Now, this is a majorly important ability for warrior tanks. It's an AoE 200 potency attack that ignores the Defiance damage penalty and must be cast when infuriated and all your wrath is lost. Very simple. You just need to have the 5 stacks, and it's a giant, very powerful AoE. So you guys are definitely going to be getting used to that. And finally, you have Infuriate, which instantly grants 5 stacks of wrath. So it instantly infuriates you, essentially, like the name of the spell says. It must be used when Defiance is active, and it essentially gives you free use to Beast, Unchained, or Steel Cyclone. Now, keep in mind, these are the 5 abilities that you get from the initial quest. There are more abilities now on Warrior, or at least they've told us there are more than 5 abilities that we'll have to do a few more quests to get them. So, this was a very short video. if you liked it, and if you liked what you heard, please like, favorite, subscribe, and share, especially if you have friends who are really looking forward to the Warrior class. It's looking like they're going to be a really high damage output tank, which is going to be super important for a lot of fights. I hope you're looking forward to that, because it looks like they can put out a lot, about as much damage as a regular damage dealer could do, to be honest. But we'll have to see the numbers on everyone else before we can confirm that. So thank you for watching. I can't wait to get you guys the rest of the job videos, plus all the other videos I'm going to be putting out this weekend. Stay tuned.